brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning, mornings at the Cabin. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter with you. The voice you just heard is the voice you hear every morning, Jill Elaine, and she is the voice of Cabin Radio. And that reminds me that I'd love to send out a congratulations to everyone involved with Ptarmigan Theatrics' Mamma Mia. Sold out the entire run, went on Saturday, not a seat in the house, and it was a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Great show, great energy. Every year, I think we hear this about shows like that. Everybody's surprised by how much talent there is in the city. And I am too, even though I know there's so much. Every year, you're just kind of like, wow, that's awesome. That was great. So congratulations to everyone there. We had a great time. I know you guys had a great time. Phoenix came home at 6 o'clock in the morning.
What?
And she was in bed most of the day. That's all I'm going to say. I won't say anything else. She had a great time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good cast party.
Oh, it was a great cast party. I wasn't there, but I mean, that's a great cast party when you get home.
You don't need to be there.
You don't need to be there. I didn't, well, you know. It's
you
weird
also
going to
part
other
of the cast.
Yeah, it's weird going to other people's cast parties. Like sometimes people bring their significant others along. I was invited along, but like I was just like, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any inside jokes with these people. But congratulations. What a wonderful production. And Ptarmigan Theatrics, tip of the cap, because that was their first completely sold out run ever, and they've been doing this for 30 years. So it's pretty cool.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Monday morning, it's minus 2.4 degrees. There's no snow on the ground anymore, though. That's nice. Huh? I mean, like from the dump that we had before.
There's portions.
We're turning the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
And with spring, new stores
Downtown revitalization.
Downtown revitalization. New stores start to turn their face toward the sun.
Springing up, if you will.
That's right. Blossoming. It's called Miniso.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right across from the Shoppers Drug Mart. And Sarah went by there this weekend and took some photos. And it was busy there when it opened.
Yeah, check them out on Instagram if you want to go take a look and see what you can go check out. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about Miniso. I know there's a few of them around Canada now.
Oh, is there?
And so they're an international chain.
Yes.
And the whole shtick with Miniso is that it's sort of Japanese kitschy products, like little knickknacks and things like that. The trick with that is that they're not really Japanese.
Right. What?
They're a Chinese-owned company.
Oh.
And most of the stuff's made in China.
So like most of the sushi restaurants in Vancouver.
They are...
Korean. Or Chinese.
Sure. So Miniso, there's a whole, like, Japanese people, from my understanding of this, and even from a couple of the comments on our Instagram post, like to make very clear that Miniso is not really considered by them to be Japanese, despite the fact that it has Japanese katakana, the Japanese alphabet, in its logo.
Oh,
it was.
Is that not
created,
cultural appropriation?
It was created like kind of is.
I mean, it is,
created like 7 or 8 years ago by a Japanese designer with a Chinese entrepreneur, but it's like most of their stores are in China.
I feel like that's causing a lot of confusion for people who don't know the difference between cultures.
CBC, not the least of those people. I noticed they put together a video like late last week when it opened.
They've been coming up with a lot of videos lately.
But they did a little interview with the owner, I guess, and and I noticed under the video in like all caps, correction. This is not a Japanese store. It's a Chinese something. Yeah,
we apologize. It's a Chinese store with Japanese leanings.
It's like, oh man,
but
they must have got yelled at.
That's the whole shtick. And if you go in there, there's little signs that say like Japanese goods and things like that. And
these are all Japanese goods with Japanese characters.
Because the idea is that like they're producing. I mean,
the idea is that the Chinese don't know the difference either.
No, the idea is that it's like the whole point is that the store like reproduces stuff that is associated with Japan. It's like going to like
in China.
It's like going to like an Irish souvenir shop. All the stuff is not made in Ireland,
but it should be,
or any souvenirs in North America.
Like gotta go anywhere. Like where's all the stuff made? China. This is just the same thing. It's just like it's designed to sort of replicate stuff you get in Japan.
Right.
Now the issue some Japanese people have is they claim. Like, this stuff is lower grade quality than the same kind of stuff you get in Japan.
Yeah.
But, like, shock horror, that applies to just about any souvenir shop.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And it's like, oh look, bootleg copies of Avengers. No, some really interesting stuff here, though. I mean, like some foods from Japan, like snack foods from Japan, which I like snack foods.
I'm sure they've got all the Kit Kat flavors.
Yes,
if you've not been introduced to the world
green
of
tea Kit Kat flavor, so good.
If you've
people are
not
pretty
been
excited about
introduced
that.
to the world of Kit Kat flavors,
Yes.
then that's where you should go today.
I look forward to it. Also, an entire wall of plushies, all kinds of different plushies, and a a marble pattern pillow memo book, sure, and an interesting one, a cactus-shaped roller massager,
Ooh.
ideal for decoration or body massage.
I'll tell you one thing. There is going to be like a 6-month window now where gatherings and parties in Yellowknife are mildly more interesting than they were because there is now access to another store that sells different stuff for gatherings and parties.
Here's an
However,
anime penguin.
Then, like, after that 6-month period, I imagine we'll just all be used to that stuff by then.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
off we
Back to the source.
Back to the source. Sweet potato chips and cream-filled cookies and roasted seaweed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are those the
Cool.
Kit Kat flavors?
Yes. Yeah, so is anime penguin. That was also a Kit Kat flavor. It's not tasty. But go check it out. We'll go I'm going to go check it out as soon as I have a minute during the day that it's not closed, which is probably sometime in September. So we'll do that. That looks pretty cool. So thanks to Sarah for taking those pics. You can find those on the Instagram page or just go down there and check it all out.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
It is a beautiful morning so far. Blue skies and minus 2.1 now. It's warmed up by 0.3 of a degree. So it's probably get your T-shirts out.
Ollie is like
Feverish
deep
texting
into his phone, so I can only imagine he is reading the live updates
Yes.
on the very exciting news.
Very breaking news that Meghan Markle has gone into labor. She's going to give birth to.
I thought she was conservative.
Oh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Back to
Yeah,
my
no, she's
phone.
a huge Gordon Brown fan. There's a deep cut for Ollie. Not really a deep cut for Ollie, but maybe for everybody else. Yeah, very exciting news. Hopefully by the end of today, she will have given birth to the 241st richest person on the planet.
That low?
Well, I mean, it's the royal family of England. They're not that big anymore.
That's fair. Yeah.
So a lovely blue blood birth this day. Let's mark the occasion. Let's have some sort of holiday.
How do you
Someone else-
feel?
Well, no, I think it's exciting to have someone else, who's going to be in line to the throne and impatiently drumming their fingers while continuing to stare at a queen that's alive.
Yeah, and she's going to stay alive for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she kind of already has. You kind of have to already give her that title now. She has stayed alive for a long time.
That's true.
Well,
I
it's
think we
because
can-
she's on solar power.
That's right. She's sitting there waving.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all she does anymore. Just wave.
That little solar queen figurine on our window really annoys Sarah.
Why? Because she's really
The sound.
'Cause it's creaky.
Sound.
You can
There
hear
you
her
go,
wrist
yeah.
snapping as
Shh.
have a listen.
What can you hear?
Yeah, there's no sound there.
What?
There's no sound there. I mean, admittedly, I have terrible hearing.
Yeah.
But
The sound that makes, and apparently there is one, is the divide between those of us at Cabin Radio who are in their 20s and those of us who are in their 30s.
yes, that is absolutely true. Yeah, there are posts in your signposts in your life where it's like, oh, you can't hear certain things anymore.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll buy that.
So luckily, pretty much none of our volunteer hosts are bothered either.
That's right.
Sarah, on the other hand, walks
Just
out of the
can't
studio.
stand it.
Can't work. He said, I
Can't do
can't
it.
work. The sound is driving me wild. What sound?
I'm glad she's at least resigned to the fact that the queen stays.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah, Queen
you
stays.
have a
You
problem
go.
with that.
This is the Queen's room,
That's right.
the Queen's box. So congratulations, I guess, are in order to a person having a baby.
Yeah.
A rich baby, a rich baby. But before we talk for the rest of the show about the implications of another royal baby, which we will in depth, Lecter, you were a judge at a burger competition this weekend.
I was.
How was it?
That's a hard right turn. Right
Nah,
there.
it was a left turn.
A left turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It was fantastic. I took a while to recover from of course, the food coma that came after. Ate the equivalent of 2 massive burgers plus fries and coleslaw.
Well done.
And judged people.
Yeah.
It was great.
How many judges were there?
So there was me, Robin, and Etienne Cruteau at museum. At Flavor Trader, of course, now at the museum. And and it was funny because I didn't know who the other judges were going to be coming in. I assumed it was going to be, maybe someone else who didn't know what they were talking about, so that I wouldn't be a complete fish out of water.
Only you.
Oh, you should have seen the scene that was taking place with me between Robin and Etienne, 2 world-class chefs, talking about the consistency and the balance and the lasting flavor in your mouth. And I'm just like, I agree. That one was really good. It's a good burger. I like the taste. Very tasty. I'm an expert on taste, guys.
That's right.
And that's what I bring to the table here.
This taste was good.
Spectacular taste.
Oh, very good. There you go. You added some of that.
Really made my mouth happy.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, does this spring joy to your mouth? Yes. It does. This one does not.
This is important, though. You provide the feedback of the common man.
That's right.
That's right.
Layman's terms.
Yes. Absolutely. This burger was good. This burger was not as good.
So the battle was between Nikki of YK Eats and Calvin, who I believe actually works with Etienne at Flavor Trader. So a little bit of bias there.
Yeah.
I'm sure only continuing to ingratiate yourself with your fellow judges by now calling into question their impartiality.
Well, Robin and I did what we could to try and balance that bias, but nevertheless, Calvin was the eventual winner.
Very good.
The clincher being his Fancy Pants burger, which had a seal mousse. Not the animal moose, like M-O-U-S-S-E.
Oh, a seal. Right. M-O-U-S-S-E.
Yes. It was like a seal, like gravy, kind of.
Oh,
and cranberries and cranberry sauce on top. And it was amazing. It was so good. Their classic burgers pretty much tied. Pretty much came out even, but the Fancy Pants Calvin's came out just ahead. Nice. A fantastic brawl. Sportsmanship all around.
Very good.
Yeah, it was great.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good?
Yeah, it was very good.
Oh, good.
Very good. Very tasty.
We all have to work on our palates. I think that's the lesson we take away from here.
What are you talking about?
Or get a thesaurus.
Your palate. You know, what you paint from.
Oh, yeah. Right.
You got to broaden your palate.
That's right.
Lecter.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
Add some colors.
This burger's salty. Yeah.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Wheeler and Ollie with you. Lecter is around here somewhere. Now, every once in a while when I come in the morning, there's a couple of things already up on the board. I put my stuff up. Ollie put some stuff up. Scott put some stuff up as well. This morning, top of the board, pickled herring. Now, I am not one for pickled herring.
Yeah, we need Scott. I just told you we need Scott for this one. We got to do it later on.
Okay. Well, we'll just okay. Well, then
what's this dental distress syndrome thing?
Oh, well, no, I already started talking about pickled herring.
No, bugger the herring. Depends on if it's pickled already, then you presumably be all right if you did.
I suppose.
Now, equally further down, this is 4 items further down the board.
Yes.
Who are you writing to in the middle of?
I'm not.
I'm
looking this up right now.
Okay. Tell me why you've written dental distress syndrome.
On
the board.
So,
what's up with you?
I have a bit of TMJ.
What's TMJ?
It's like arthritis in your jaw. My jaw clicks a lot. And so I've been having a sore throat for about a month. And it's not like really a sore throat as in like I can feel like a rawness in my throat. I'm not having any secondary symptoms like mucus or anything like that or like cold symptoms. So I've had this pain in my throat. And at times it's shot up into my jaw and then shot up through into the front of my jaw, under my chin, and then through the side of my jaw up through my ear. So I was thinking I should go see an ENT, but people keep telling me that these are the symptoms. This is what they felt a precursor to like a dental surgery, like a root canal or something like that. So, as you know, I very much like you, dentists and I don't get along very well, so don't go very often. So I was thinking I was as I was talking to Nancy McNeil, friend of the show, Nancy McNeil, about it. She told me about that, and that was kind of matched her symptoms. So that got me thinking about that, and I started thinking of or I started looking up what symptoms you would have before root canal or through a major dental surgery. And from that came dental distress syndrome.
Well, anyway, look, Lecter's back, so we can talk about pickled herring now.
All right, fine.
No, we'll stay on your dental distress.
Okay,
So hang on. You may need an EMT for a TMJ ASAP, right?
ASAP.
Okay.
Yeah. And
BRB AFK.
AFK.
LOL.
All down in QP.
Rufflecopter. Okay. So what's going to happen to you? How long are you going to be out of action for? This is all I really care about.
I don't know. I mean, I got to make the appointment first. I haven't done that yet because I am a procrastinator. So I'm going to do that and find out. I don't even know if that's going to do it, but I just keep on I just have this pain in my throat. So I looked up dental distress syndrome, or I looked up the symptoms of what would happen before you went to the, and then brought up this dental distress syndrome. And I looked up and the symptoms were some examples of dental distress syndrome are TMJ and poor mouth, teeth, and gum health. I got great teeth and good gum health. I don't have ear problems, head and neck pain, respiratory issues, eye and vision problems, skin and hair problems.
All right, hang on.
Visceral systems such as excessive gas, kidney issues, and
on.
bedwetting. Gynecological problems, don't have any of those. Energy loss, backaches, cold hands and feet, numbness. Mental systems such as depression, irritation, worry, memory loss, suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
So I went through all of those, and I said, I only have half of those things.
That doesn't...
So I think that maybe...
Hang on. What you have just listed is a set of symptoms to describe basically anything that could be wrong on a given day.
This is what I'm saying.
So this dental distress... I mean, I've never heard this phrase before.
It's a thing.
What is it, though? What does it mean? Does it just mean that something is wrong somewhere in your dental circuitry? And help.
Okay. So one of the things about dental distress is that because it's so tied. I think it's so tied to part of it is so tied to it's so close to your neurological system that it affects that as well. But also because you're feeling it. I'm feeling it in my throat and into my chin and into my jaw, but not on my teeth. So when people have these symptoms, I've talked to people who've had those symptoms and went to the doctor 3 times before they realized it was a tooth thing. They thought it was in their throat, or they thought it was even neurological because they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then they finally went to the dentist, got the root canal, and the pain went away.
Jeez.
So dental distress syndrome is part of that. I think part of it is the not knowing. It's it's a pain down here in my throat, yet it's attached to my teeth, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Right? It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because you think if you had a toothache, you're like, oh, I got to go to the dentist for my toothache. But if you've got something deep down, like a root canal deep down in the nerve system, then it could manifest elsewhere.
So our next video is Wheeler versus Ollie root canal.
Yes. Who gets it done first? Just go. Ah! Yeah, we'll do a one-on-one.
We each have to do it on the other.
Oh, okay. I will win. I won the haircutting one, so I'll do the root canal one. I got to be honest,
it's probably going to depend who goes first. I think we may have to flip a coin.
That's right.
I don't think whoever goes second is operating the tools second is going to be in a fit state.
Okay, we may not do that. But if I do this, and I go the way of getting really injected, getting a lot of the painkillers and stuff. We will do a video post root canal where I can make neither heads nor tails of what's going on around me. So I will sacrifice or volunteer for that if I do the root canal thing or whatever might be wrong with my teeth.
Mornings in the recovery room.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Ollie is, oh God,
eating some brekkie.
That's not breakfast. That is
seems to be.
It's so I can smell it. Ollie is spooning pickled herring into his gob. And not even he likes the taste of it.
I got a little bit too much of the pickle juice in that one.
God, jeez.
You got to have balance in your pickled herring. This is what I learned at the Burger Crawl.
This is your sodium for the week.
It does have rather a lot of sodium in it. So what I have in front of me is a family-sized jar of pickled herring.
Why?
These can actually be got from the independent or the co-op. You'd be surprised how many places in town sell pickled herring. I love this stuff. This is the perfect breakfast food.
Perfect?
It stays good for ages. I've got a jar at home and a jar at work.
Can't even get through talking without almost retching while you're eating it.
It's just a bit acidic, that's all.
It's just.
But yeah, no, it's great for you. So per 5 pieces of herring,
Why is this happening?
you get 105 calories,
No.
8% of your daily fat. You get 8 grams of protein,
Omega 3.
bit of vitamin A. Of course, you get your omega 3s, and 20% of your sodium. But
In 5 pieces of fish.
in 5 pieces of fish, it's so tasty.
What?
I got into this
What is going on?
because it's herring is a good part of Scandinavian breakfast. So you go, there's a beautiful little restaurant in the UK called Scandinavian Kitchen, and it's right in the middle of London. And you go in there and you get like granola and yogurt and a bit of rye bread and an egg and herring. And I really got into herring when I would go and eat there. And now I love it. It's the perfect like morning food. Sets you up for the day, makes you feel good.
All of the rest of that sounded like really good morning food until the herring.
Until the herring
It's
part.
great. Here, do you want some?
No.
No.
Oh, go on,
I'm
go on.
okay.
Not at all.
Come on,
How
one
long
of
have
you.
you had that in the fridge?
Yeah.
By the way.
Well, I
Well,
mean, it's
well-
pickled, so it stays good forever.
Yeah.
This
Fair.
will last them through
It's,
the apocalypse.
It's good until, according to the thing on it, it's good till February 2020. So I've had it in there for about a month.
So that was jarred conservatively 10 years ago.
Yeah. One of you's got to try a piece. Come on.
I'm not.
No, so I came in yesterday.
I have
and,
a touchy stomach this morning.
Yeah, that's true. He's already gassy. We don't.
Hey, don't put me on Front Street like that.
I'll just keep going.
I came in yesterday to do some work.
Sounds bad when he eats it. How?
And Ollie was here, and I came out of the office, and he just had the jar. He was just eating from the jar, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, not what I expected to see. Apparently, it's been in the fridge for a couple months now, which was unbeknownst to me. I'm in that fridge semi-regularly.
Yeah.
Somehow never noticed a jar of pickled herring, which
Well-
I would think would have stood out.
Basically, the entire fridge is all the beverages that the Cabin Radio team keeps in there and my herring.
Well,
Look, you can see all the little pieces of fish. Look, just
I
down
know.
there.
I
Look, they're all
don't
stacked
mind
up.
fish. It's not the fish I mind. It's
like
the smell of
It's like the scenes, whenever you watch Finding Nemo, and it just gets to that part where,
where
like,
they eat pickled fish.
they're all in immense jeopardy. This is essentially what happens if it doesn't turn out as well as it did in Finding Nemo.
Okay, so that was jarred conservatively 10 years ago, which means the herring is
Probably predates Finding Nemo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Probably, which is released in 2003.
They hadn't
so-
even lost Nemo by the time that these herring found their way into it. It's so tasty, though.
Did you know that's the national dish of the Netherlands?
I don't care.
Pickled herring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they're so tall, I guess. I don't know.
But you have to eat it holding it from the tail.
Yeah.
And
you have to
just
make,
drop it
make
into your
dolphin
mouth.
sounds as you
That's right. Yeah. You're not actually allowed to use your teeth.
swallow it down.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it was good enough the first time.
Oh,
Look, there's no trans fats. It's great.
Cool. Well, trans fats are illegal in Canada, so that would be why.
Wild caught seafood, no preservatives. No preservatives.
No preservatives.
No preservatives except the solution of salt that it's in.
Except the content.
I think they. I can only assume they mean artificial preservatives.
Yes. Of
Otherwise,
course.
they are sorely mistaken as to the process of pickling.
Well, you enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah, please do.
Look, it's delicious. Come on,
Can
one of
you
you.
please
one
jo-
of you take
No,
one bite.
Enjoy it
I'm okay.
over there.
I cannot believe that the one challenge. I can't believe that I'm about to win.
You win.
Wheeler
win.
versus Ollie
You win.
herring.
You win.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Ollie.
Ollie. Well done.
Well done.
Well done. Oh, God. Should have this on video and then sync. Oh, God. It looks like, when you dissect something for the first time in science class, that's what that meat looks like. And it kind of smells that way, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of smells like formaldehyde pig.
Yeah, go on. Look, just have a sniff, if nothing else.
My mother
smell.
just messaged us, pickled herring is good. Go and get your throat checked out. Thanks, Mom.
She has listened to the whole show. Good for her.
Pickled herring is good. My mother and Ollie agree.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.